Sorry about the phone again, people. I really should probably do this in my room, but I don't have a good table like this in my room to actually stand the camera up, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'll get back to that. Yeah, my friends said they would keep quiet about Chris, and after a couple of months, our messages started to get longer. You know, about past events in our lives and what we like to do and what we wanted to do, dreams, hopes, dislikes, likes. You name it, we talked about it, and of course we also always talked about our favourite subject, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then about a few months after that, I can't remember who it was who suggested, I think it was me, we suggested we exchange phone numbers, because I kept on thinking he's a really awesome guy. I really want to see how he sounds like and be friends with him. So I gave him a mobile number, I got his house number, and he phoned me one lunchtime at school. And the first impression I got from his voice was, obviously he was young, he was only 19 at the time I met him. He sounded like a really great guy, the kind of guy you want to have a laugh with and just hang out with. That's what my first impression was. And so it became frequent during my lunchtimes at high school. I would often get a call from Chris. It was only for like half an hour, but I always felt really happy in those half-hour talks, and it was brilliant. And yeah, and I started to develop some affection for him, although I don't think I actually realised it at the time, because like every other teenage girl, I was wanting to get a boyfriend at the high school, and yeah. I think everything started to really kick off after my last boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend. I went into French class one day, and my eyes met this young lad, and he was quite a handsome young lad, but he was a year younger than me. And I thought, he's really nice, you know, and the look he gave me was like he was like this. He just glanced up at me, and then he just went like that and smiled, and I thought, he seems like a nice guy. And I sat next to him and I started to talk to him, and about a few weeks later we started to go out. I told Chris about this, and I realise it now, but when I told him, he seemed pretty down when I told him, and I think I might have actually kind of broke his heart a little bit, and I'm sorry for that, Chris, forgive me. And yeah, I started going out with the guy. The first 3 months he was fine, but a lot of people have told me I'm quite serious and quite mature for my age. I mean, I'm only 20, and I was only about 16, 17 at the time when I was going out with this guy, but as I said, a lot of people have said I was very mature for my age, and he started to act more childishly, and it was getting on my nerves. But the final, and I complained about it to Chris, and he was like, just stick with the guy, you know, you never know what can happen. And I did, but the final blow came when one of my friends, who has a confidence issue, wanted to audition for one of the school's music shows, and I was off that day when this happened. Apparently my ex-boyfriend said to her, you're too fat, you're too this, you can't do it, you're not talented enough, you will never get the part. And it shot down her confidence, and apparently she ran off to the toilets crying and didn't come out for the rest of the day. And when I came back from my illness, I was really angry with him. So I stormed down to his regi class and said, look, I want to talk to you. And I said, you apologise to my friend right now, that was totally uncalled for. She was looking forward to getting that part. And he huffed and turned around and stalked off. And I said, fine, we're over. And when I called Chris that night, mind you, my parents still didn't know anything about him. My little sister Amy had found out about him, but she thought he sounded like a really nice guy. I called him one night and I said, you'll never guess what's happened. That asshole, excuse my language, but that's what he was at the time, has really made me mad, and he dumped me. Or really, I think it was me that did the dumping, really. But anyways, I was so over him, and I was pretty angry at what he had done. But I wasn't upset, because I thought, it's time, you know, he was acting too childishly, didn't like it at all, you know, good riddance. And Chris was really supportive, he was there for me the whole way, and, you know, and I think he must have been pretty relieved that I didn't have that guy as my boyfriend anymore, so yeah, good riddance. But I think the time where Chris actually became really supportive, and I actually realised my feelings for him was when the trouble with Nana started. 2006, my grandpa on my mum's side died of stomach cancer, and it was quite a shock because he was really healthy, and I was just totally in shock at how someone could go away so quickly. And of course, Nana started to deteriorate afterwards, and a member of the family was trying to put her into a home, and in that point, Mum, Dad stepped in and said, "That's enough, we'll take Nana, we'll live with her." So we managed to sell both our houses in a record time of 2 or 3 months, and we moved into Broxburn, into a big house, a really big house. So Nana got her own living room and bedroom, and we got our own living room and our own bedrooms and that upstairs, along with a bathroom and a bathroom for Nana downstairs, and we shared the kitchen, which is fine. And I was really happy. I was talking to Chris about it, and he was like, "Oh, really, if I ever do come up, I'd love to meet your Nana. She sounds like an amazing woman," and she was. But unfortunately, we only got 6 months with Nana. A month or 2 before she died, she started to get very slow and sleep a lot, which wasn't like her. So we got the doctor in to see what was wrong with her, and he gave her a tablet to fix it, but it triggered off another effect, so we tried to give her another tablet, and it kept on going wrong, and eventually she had to be admitted to hospital. And I was telling Chris all about this, and he was really supportive. He was telling me, it'll get better, your Nana's still pretty young, she'll live for up to 100, and I always joked to Nana, you'll always live up to 100. And he was really supportive, and he said, if I was there right now, I'd give you a big hug. And I felt so, not loved up, but just grateful he was there, that I had someone to talk to. And of course, during this period, we had actually started dueling over the phone, so I went up against the Cyber Dragon deck and his DarkRichician deck, and it was kind of even on one side, because I had a Blue Eyes Dark Mage deck, and he was winning sometimes, I was winning sometimes, so yeah. But eventually, one day, Mum and Dad came home. They told me and Amy to sit down on the sofa, and there and then I knew what had happened. And me and Amy both burst into tears and ran to Mum, because it was my mum's mum that had died. And immediately after we all had a bit of a cry, I went upstairs, I got a mobile, and I called Chris, and Chris said, "Hi Emma, what's up?" And I didn't say anything for 10 seconds, and then I just burst into tears, and Chris went, "Oh God, no," because he realised what had happened, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Emma, I'm really sorry that's happened." And I just kept on ranting. It just wasn't fair that my Nana had gone, and Chris was trying to calm me down, and we can